It's your boy Fist in the his house, bringing you the great edition of Call of Duty from me to you, because that's what I do. And I have a special guest. I haven't done a dual commentary in a long time. I've done one earlier today with somebody, but that's going to be on Machinima. But this person busts his ass at shoutcasting. I've literally watched this guy for hours and hours, and I'm like, how does he do it? Underpaid, what is it? Underpaid, not appreciated, overappreciated. This guy, I mean, then people say, oh, this connoisseur is a person that eats something. No, this guy, you think I eat shit and sleep Call of Duty? This guy eats shit and sleeps in Call of Duty. He is a true connoisseur. You can't be a great shoutcaster like this. Without further ado, Holiday Doc, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? I can't get enough of the intro, and I think that's one of the most standout points that, threw me onto your videos a long time ago. But, thanks a lot for having me on. It's a pleasure, a privilege, and this all stems from our big meet and greet over in Hollywood.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So, here's the thing. We could talk for hours, me and this guy, because he's really.
We did talk for hours.
Yeah, we did talk. Like on this dual con, we could talk for hours. But this thing is maybe for a dual cast, maybe for a podcast. But the thing about it is, I want to get right to the meat and potatoes of it. Me and him, we were roomed together in no homo. We were roomed together in Hollywood for the Billionaires Challenge thing, Call of Duty event, and we talked about Call of Duty, and we were we were on two different levels of talking about Call of Duty. I mean, what was it? What was your conception of my context of the game? Here, tell me, break it down. Break it down for everybody.
So basically, I came into the event really not liking it. Because of all the hate you threw towards the competitive playlist, how you just didn't get it, and how I kind of thought that you put TDM above everything. That was my misconception about you before meeting you. And that's a huge thing with online things is, you can perceive somebody as that type of character, or he has those opinions and view types, but until you actually have a conversation with people, you don't fully know. And I think that's why it was so important, or I don't even know what to say, but it was mind-boggling, having that 3-hour long conversation with you.
Yeah, so the thing was, and that's the same thing, I didn't even know that Holiday Doc felt that way about me. I mean, maybe that is, the vibe that I'm giving off on YouTube, and realistically speaking, I'm a true Call of Duty fan, of the game. It's just that there are different levels of Call of Duty enthusiasts in the community. There are the MLG, there are the YouTube people who, in their own mind, the way they perceive or the context of the game, the way they look at it, the way they regurgitate it back to the community. It's almost like, it's a sad thing. You get on the YouTube forum and it's like bits and pieces of information. It's like throwing mud at each other. You're really not getting the full picture of what somebody's trying to convey to you. And that's the conversation that we had in the hotels and on the boulevard and at the mansion. Me and him, I thought we had some amazing points. We talked about, I learned a lot from Holiday Doc, where he talked about the fun and how they rotate. But, in my context, and what I was talking about, how I play team deathmatch, is that I don't practice it that way. I just play the game, and if they spawn, if they're not on this end of the map, I go over here. I don't know where the spawn spots, because I don't play MLG 8 hours a day. Maybe that was, I don't know, what were you thinking, Doc? How did we communicate in the room that made sense to both of each other?
Well, I think we both came in at different levels of understanding of the game. I take the game above a certain level of seriousness that most YouTubers take it. When I used to play on the professional level, I took this about as serious as going to a day job. I sat there with pen and paper, and I wrote down times, I wrote down routes, I wrote down the formulas on early spawn types that I got off the internet. We put those into practice. You know, there was hours of the day that literally we would practice as a team for 4 to 6 hours, and we wouldn't actually shoot against the opposition. We would just work on our routes and our timing, work on our rotations, and how different each of the opposing spawns work based on your spawn, and who's on the forefront of your initial spawn, and how important those parts are, and how important gun selections are, and just everything. And I think literally I spilled my guts on absolutely everything I knew about, or not almost every, but I've paraphrased a lot of things, but I think once we had that long drawn out conversation, I think you came up to my level of thinking and understanding.
Yeah, exactly. See, then I started to understand, like, you know, their dedication to MLG is different, you know, than what the way we perceive it. My thing that I try to tell Doc is that, you know, we look at it as, instead of a select few like MLG guys and yourself look at it, I was looking at it more or less like a majority level. Like, we want to get in the game, and there's like, we just want to run and gun and shoot at each other and have fun, and then that, like, you know, somebody going in the last stand or second chance is like slowing down the fluidity of the game and enjoying it, whereas you guys were actually breaking down what we were doing. So yeah, you know, and that's the thing, you know, we weren't, there's no way that, you know, I'm saying that I would ever be MLG Pro, but the main thing is we were just like, you know, not on the same page of like understanding each other and in our context of enthusiasm for the game. So like, we respect it as to how he respects it, and he respects it as to how I respect it. You know, it makes sense to us, you know, when we had those deep conversations. So, you know, that's Doc Holiday Doc. You know, he is the shoutcaster for MLG. If you don't know what MLG is, it's Major League Gaming. And I don't know, do you want to let the people know, like, what your YouTube channel is, and if you have a Twitter and all that other stuff?
Well, my YouTube channel is quite different than the average YouTuber. When I do play public gameplays, I don't use equipment or kill streaks, or for the most part, and I haven't ever used ghosts, so you won't ever see that on my channel. But
yeah, if you want to learn competitive playlist stuff and like knowledge of the game itself, he has some deep knowledge. Like, if you ever get a chance to sit down and listen to Holiday Doc, I mean, he's really, I mean, I think he's the connoisseur of the game. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? So, I think if you go over to his channel, you will be, it's a how-to channel. Like, there's some people play, like, it's how to play YouTube. It's not how to, you know, play the game, per se. And that's what I respect about your channel.
I think there's so many different channels out there. Not everybody can be the cookie cutter type of style. For myself in particular, it started in Modern Warfare 2, and that's kind of where I made the huge leap from casual YouTuber to, I'm gonna try and do this every day. And when that started, I felt like I had so much more to offer than regular just telling stories or just the regular commentary style, because when I played a game, people were confused at why I did certain things, but I always came up with a win. And I think that's why I've drawn so many new people to the channel, because they like to learn the quirks or the little things that most people don't really think about on my channel. And that's what it's all about. It's all about competitive, having fun, and how to ultimately go into a room and come out with the victory every single time.
Yeah, so what's the name of your channel on YouTube?
It's Fatal Error with an I. I am Holiday Doc, but that was taken, so it's FATAIERROR.
And I will leave the link. And I'll leave the link in the description below. He also has a Twitter.
Yeah,
you guys want to go ahead? I'm sorry.
It's at NB Holiday Doc.
Yeah, this guy is the MLG shoutcaster. So he sits there for hours and hours and hours and shoutcasts the gameplay at MLG at every single event. And he talks to developers. He just met up with the Treyarch developers, and he dropped the knowledge on them. I mean, this guy knows what he's talking about. That's why I try to bring you guys the realest stuff possible all the time, no matter what, you know, is going on out there. I mean, I'm going to keep you up to date on things. So I appreciate. Our things are so short. I mean, I wish we could do it longer, but it was like bam, it was over. It was that fast. But
maybe a podcast. Maybe you
maybe
can come on Rage Quit again.
Yes. So I appreciate having Holodoc on here. I'll leave his links in the description below. Until next time, it's your boy Fizz. Peace!